This is the 50th anniversary of the Oncology Nursing Society Congress, which means many years of knowledge and experience and presentations and innovations. So one of the things I'm really excited about is the opening ceremony, because we're kind of going to look at the past, the present, and the future as more of a theme for the conference. And I'm excited to hear the stories. I know there's a storytelling component that's going to be at Congress this year, and people submitted stories. I actually was on one of the teams to help select the stories for Congress, and we had different categories, so we did different generations. So I'm really excited to hear about who won and what their stories are, and oncology nursing from 50 years ago and then from 20 years ago. And that, I believe, is going to be shared in the opening ceremonies. And then that kind of takes me to the future, where one of the last sessions for Congress, which I've dabbled a little bit in helping plan that one, but Holly really has been the main planner for this last session. But I'm sure she talked about the empowering oncology nurses with AI to improve patient outcomes. So that's essentially our last session before the closing ceremony. And it really is, this one's focused for nurses. Many of the times we hear about AI in the future is doing data in the background. And so this one's going to be how can it help the nurse, and how can it help improve the outcomes for the patient. If someone is attending for the first time, my advice is take a backpack that has 2 cup holders on each side of it. So I'm a Vera Bradley fan, and I have a backpack that I can put a cup holder on each side of my backpack. So they often give away in the learning hall bags, but you end up having a shoulder bag. And then after 2 days, your shoulder is kind of drooping. So I have my padded backpack that I take to every conference. And I always come with a cup of coffee and a cup of water. So I don't assume that there's going to be coffee anywhere in the conference center, because you just never know. So I always make sure I have my coffee, and that's what my little drink holders are on the back of my backpack. And then I can put my giveaways and all that stuff in my backpack. I'm sure Holly said to wear comfortable shoes. There's a lot of being on your feet, a lot of walking from here to there. We are having 2 Congress 101 sessions. So if you've never come, please come to one of those. I won't be in the afternoon one. I'm doing the morning. I'm teaching the morning one. And the app is fantastic. And if you haven't used it before, we teach you how to use it during the 101 session. And that's where we can help you load it. You can look at all of the sessions on there. There's different notes. The notes from the PowerPoints will be in there, so you can save those. And then I think my favorite part of the app is this year we had over 800 abstracts presented, submitted for posters. And I think 650 or so were accepted. And those posters are all loaded. I think I just got the message today that they're all loaded on the app. And then I can preview them and be oh, you know what? I want to ask this nurse, I want to ask questions, or I want to hear her presentation, or I want to see what the project was. And then if you save the app and you don't delete it, you can go back into the app next year and look at the posters. And that's one of the ways that we've been able to actually get speakers, and it's oh, hey, so-and-so presented a poster on their CAUTI rates and how they got to be 0. And so we're able to go back and look at the posters for that. So at Congress 101, wear a backpack, bring some coffee and some water, and have comfortable shoes on. That's probably my biggest advice. Oh, the other thing is try not to fill your day with because you can look at the app now and there's a 6 a.m. session, and then there's something that goes all the way till about 9 p.m. throughout the whole day. So make sure you take time to, have a little brain break, because you do get some information overload. You're like, oh my gosh, I want to hear all of these sessions. And if you go into the app, there is a spot that says recorded sessions. So I'm not discouraging you from attending the recorded sessions, but know that you might be able to, you can hear that one later, as opposed to, attending the conference for 16 hours, because if you go to breakfast and then the sessions, and then you're in the learning hall all afternoon, and then you go to lunch, and that you have to have yourself a little brain break. In order to get your continuing professional development hours, is you have to fill out evaluations of the sessions. And I have gotten in the habit of, in my app, when the session is finished, I will go in and evaluate it. Otherwise, at the end of Congress, there's a time frame from when Congress ends until you have to complete your evaluations, or you'll miss out on your contact hours. If you wait and you don't fill out your evaluations, you don't get your hours. But if you wait, then you don't necessarily remember the session that you attended at the time you attended it. So you can go right into the app and do the evaluation. And we'll show you that in Congress 101 as well.